that the Grizzlies do not intend to re-sign Dillon Brooks in free agency.
He will not be brought back under any circumstances.
I don't think it's funny. You come back and you say that you're not going to bring him back no matter the circumstances. Like, this guy's up for a contract.
From his dirty style of play to his polarizing reputation among fellow NBA players, we'll explore the moments that defined Dillon Brooks' game and how they've affected his career. Some feel he can become a dominant force in the NBA, while others say his dirty play will catch up with him soon. Is Dillon's aggressive play style an advantage or a problem for his career? Let's dive on in and find out. But first, please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications for more NBA news and analysis. Moments that defined his dirty style of play. Following their first round loss in the NBA playoffs in 2022-23, the Memphis Grizzlies allegedly notified prospective unrestricted free agent Dillon Brooks that he would not be welcome back under any circumstances. He's been a consistent presence for the Grizzlies, but his nagging overshadowed his efforts this season. On January 20th, Dillon and Shannon Sharpe got into a heated confrontation during the Grizzlies-Lakers game. The Pro Football Hall of Famer and co-host of Undisputed got into a verbal altercation with the Grizzlies' small forward during the first half, telling him he couldn't guard LeBron. A few weeks later, on February 2nd, during the Cavaliers' 128-113 victory over the Grizzlies, Donovan Mitchell was elbowed in the groin by Dillon. Mitchell then threw the ball at Dillon before pushing and dumping him to the ground. Both athletes were ultimately dismissed. Following the game, Donovan charged Dillon with using unfair tactics. "That's just who Dillon is," Donovan explained. "We've seen it a lot with him in this league. For years, he and I have had our conflicts. That is not permitted in the game. This has been simmering for years between me and the other players in the league. You can all see it. This isn't something new." The 27-year-old athlete attacked the Golden State Warriors, mainly star player Draymond Green, in an ESPN feature published on Friday, March 3rd. "I don't like Draymond at all," he said. "I just don't care for Golden State. I dislike everything about them. Draymond is a talker. He also gets away with a lot. His game is terrific with Golden State, but if he goes someplace else, you won't know who Draymond is." Later that night, during the Grizzlies-Nuggets game, Dillon collected his 16th technical foul of the 2022-23 season. As a result, he was banned for one game without pay. If you ever wondered why the Memphis Grizzlies are not ready to compete for the championship, look no further than this idiot right here, Draymond stated on his podcast on March 8th. "They're relying on this guy to help them win a championship. The dynasty begins after you, not before you, and that is a reality." The Grizzlies beat the Warriors 131-110 the next night, and Dillon and Draymond nearly got into it. After the game, the Grizzlies player lashed back, calling Draymond's podcast cute. Dillon pushed a camera operator while scrapping for a loose ball during the Grizzlies' 138-119 defeat to the Miami Heat on March 15th. He was fined $35,000 for the unsportsmanlike act. 5 days later, he collected his 18th technical foul of the season and was suspended for another game. How other NBA players feel about Dillon Brooks. This season, the Grizzlies forward has the most technical fouls of any player and has been engaged in many altercations. Mr. Dillon Brooks, this guy who's 27 years old and 1.98 meters tall, has a bad reputation in the NBA. It's unusual to see him play a game without becoming embroiled in controversy. He now holds the record for most technical fouls, and this season alone, he has been fined roughly $260,000 and suspended twice for unsportsmanlike conduct. Dillon Brooks and Draymond Green have recently traded verbal barbs, with Brooks claiming to be a better player.
Because I know I'm a better player than him. I could do the same stuff like he does. That's easy.
On the other hand, Green has not been afraid to respond, dubbing Brooks an idiot.
"This idiot said, I don't know what Draymond does out there. He said, I don't like Draymond at all. You don't know me.
It came down to Draymond's teammate Thompson entering his defense. Klay Thompson commended Draymond Green's basketball ability at a post-game news conference following a victory against the Milwaukee Bucks. Although Green may not score 30 points every night, Thompson believes he is a champion at every level and a crucial team member. Despite criticism from analysts and athletes, Thompson stressed that Green's achievements and honors are proof of his success. With him, the squad won their notable victories. Donovan Mitchell also accused Brooks of taking cheap shots and voiced his displeasure by claiming he had been dominating Brooks for years. Mitchell was ejected from a game in the third quarter for tossing the basketball at Grizzlies guard Dillon Brooks. After missing a shot, Brooks fell to the ground and smacked Mitchell in the groin. During a recent game against the Clippers, Russell Westbrook called Brooks trash. Russell Westbrook led the Los Angeles Clippers to a regular season victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. He scored 20 points on 8 of 10 attempts in the first half, putting him in first place. Westbrook began taunting Dillon Brooks while on the court, calling him trash while taking free throws. During a post-game jersey exchange, Kyrie Irving refused Brooks' jersey and encouraged him to keep playing ineffective defense, even though Irving claimed the event was not intentional. Following a game in which Memphis rallied from a 16-point hold to defeat the Mavericks, Dillon Brooks approached Kyrie Irving for a jersey exchange. Still, while Irving offered Brooks' jersey, he refused to accept Brooks' jersey and walked away. Kyrie downplayed the event after the game, saying, "I saw that afterwards. I'll probably get it next time. Definitely get it next time, but not this time," Irving added. "My thought process was really moving on to the next thing." Dillon Brooks struggles in the playoffs this year. Dillon Brooks' 6-year tenure with the Memphis Grizzlies will end after a series of contentious incidents in the team's first-round playoff loss. According to Shams Charania of The Athletic and Stadium, the Grizzlies warned Brooks recently that he will not be brought back under any circumstances during leaving discussions with team executives. Charania stated that both parties decided it was in their best interest to part ways. Brooks noted during his time at Oregon that he aspired to play like Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green. It's amusing to consider it today because Brooks and Green have gone at it numerous times. However, Brooks appeared to regard himself as an opponent in some of the same ways that Green has during his NBA career. According to Charania, the Grizzlies' breaking point with Brooks occurred after their playoff defeat to the Los Angeles Lakers. After Memphis' Game 2 victory, he referred to LeBron James as old.
I guess what were you thinking?
I don't care, he's old.
And not at the same level as when he played with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami Heat. Brooks was ejected from Game 3 early in the third quarter after striking James in the groin. He blamed his dismissal from the game on the public impression of him as a villain. On Sunday, the NBA fined Brooks $25,000 for his failure to participate in team post-game media availability during the first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs. After 3 of the Grizzlies' 4 series losses, he chose not to talk with the media. What Dillon Brooks' NBA future may look like. Brooks joined a Memphis club that needed help finding its identity. In 2016-17, the Memphis Grizzlies went 43-39, and the San Antonio Spurs removed them from the playoffs in the first round. Mike Conley and Marc Gasol performed admirably, with Gasol making the All-Star squad. Zach Randolph, another grit and grind father, was declining and came off the bench that season. With only 66 games left in his career, highly rated free agent Chandler Parsons only played 34 games due to injury. The surroundings aided Brooks' growth as he shot 44% from the field and 35.6% from 3 in roughly 29 minutes per game. Brooks averaged 16.2 points per game in his third and fourth seasons after missing much of his second season due to a toe ailment. The Grizzlies made the playoffs in Brooks' fourth season, 2020 to 2021, by making the play-in during the 2020 bubble postseason and defeating the Golden State Warriors in the play-in. This season, Brooks' shooting attempts have reduced. It's only the second time he's attempted fewer shots per game than the previous year, the other being his injury-shortened second season. Despite taking nearly 3 fewer shots per game, Brooks shot a career-low 39.6% from the field and 32.6% from 3. While his one-on-one defense remained outstanding, he had his career's lowest steal and block rates. Dillon Brooks is at a fork in the road. At 27, this might be his last shot at a lucrative NBA contract. He has risked his earning potential, but several parties parties will likely pursue him. Brooks has another level to attain in his career if he can control his shot selection and harness his physicality more effectively. Well, that's a wrap on our exploration of Dillon Brooks and his fascinating career in the NBA. From his dirty play style to his playoff struggles, we've covered a lot of ground and gained valuable insights into this polarizing player. Do you think Dillon Brooks has what it takes to become a true NBA superstar, or will his reputation as a dirty player hold him back? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe for more updates on all your favorite teams and players.